It's true that people are kind of always waiting for a savior, and no savior is going to come. That's not how things work. People can create the conditions under which some decent person may become a spokesperson, but they don't come from above and organize the movements. Take, say, Martin Luther King, a very significant person. I respect him a lot. He would have been the first to tell you that he did not create the civil rights movement. Civil rights movement was created by young black activists in the South who sat in lunch counters, rode freedom buses, got beaten, tortured, killed, tried to register people, formed the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, finally drew in supporters from the North, finally had a big mass movement. And Martin Luther King was an effective spokesperson for it. And he deserves plenty of credit for that. I don't criticize it. But that's how leaders come. And it's interesting to notice what happened with Martin Luther King. There's now a national holiday in the United States, Martin Luther King Day. And every year there's a lot of rhetoric and what a wonderful person and so on. Take a look at it. Almost invariably, the rhetoric stops with Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech in Washington, which did lead to significant civil rights legislation because of the mass movement. He didn't stop there. He went on to confront class issues. He went on to the North. In fact, when he was assassinated, he was supporting a public workers' strike, sanitation workers' strike in Memphis, Tennessee. And he was on his way to lead a march on Washington, again, to form a poor people's movement, not a black movement, a poor people's movement to strike at class issues. He was assassinated. The march took place anyway, led by his widow. They did set up a tent city in Washington, Resurrection City. This is the most liberal Congress in American history. They let it stay there briefly. Then they sent in the police in the middle of the night and smashed it up and drove everybody out of town. That part of Martin Luther King's history is gone. It's okay from the point of view of a Northern liberal. It's fine to attack racist sheriffs in Alabama, but don't look at what we're doing. That's not allowed. And there was not enough popular support for his later efforts to succeed. That's the fault of people like us who didn't do the things we should have done. It's not going to get a leader who'll save you unless you do the work. Then you can get spokespersons.